All right. Good morning, Merry Christmas. Before anybody says anything, I'm wearing red and green. I'm wearing red and green. Okay? Merry Christmas. Eve. By the way, Eve. Merry Christmas Eve. My latest TikTok is still loading. Yeah, I'm great. I'm great. Thank you to Jilly, one of my ardent supporters and friends. She bought my wife and I a ceramic space heater. It's in the kitchen, sitting in the middle of the kitchen. It's plenty. It's plenty. It's plenty. One of the things about this house that I do know, it heats and cools very well. And you know what else I learned about myself today? I'm a whiner. I'm a fucking whiner. Okay? You know why I'm a whiner? I learned something yesterday. Or no, I learned something this morning. There's such thing for me. For me. I'm not talking about you. I'm not trying to argue. Okay? I'm just putting this out there. Okay? You know how finicky we are as people? I, me, I feel a warm 62 and a cold 62. Okay? Same outfit, within the same hour, warm 62, too fucking cold, also 62 degrees. So, it's just a me thing. This is my fault. I did all of this. It's my fault that I don't have heat and I don't have hot water. Okay, so don't feel bad for me. Just be like, he was fucking negligent and now he's feeling the fucking repercussions of negligence. Understand though, understand though, they're not broken. They're not broken. My furnace nor my water heater are broken. They don't even need fucking repaired. So when we say things are like bad, we have to say what they actually are, right? I would argue with me having taken apart my fucking furnace on my fucking own without any fucking HVAC training at all in the last 12 fucking hours. First of all, if that doesn't speak to we are far more capable of things than we could have ever fucking imagined. Okay? With a phone call and 5 text messages that my Discord chat has seen, I was able to turn off my furnace, basically pull it the fuck apart. And like I said, I think last night I scared myself because I realized, like, Jesus Christ. Like, I pulled the whole... Morning, brother. Merry Christmas Eve. Still Christmas Eve. But yeah. So for everybody that's, like, empathetic to the situation, save it. Okay? Give it to the people that really need it. Okay? So the mantra every day, I hope you got 8 hours of sleep. You need to make sure that you drink water. You need to make sure that you eat right and exercise and take care of yourself first. Okay? Because if you do those things, okay, it's going to keep your blood pressure down so that you're able to go through stressful situations and not stress other people out because you can't handle fucking stress. Most of the people that I've ever worked with for long periods of time, they're like, you're the same fucking person all day, every day. And I've told people for a long time, sometimes you gotta wake up this way. A lot of people talk about being angry, and they say shit like, you don't want to make me angry. That's the thing about that. To quote the fucking Hulk, I'm always angry. I wake up like this. Okay? I wouldn't even engage with that, Lori. One of the things that we've decided, it has been decided, is that the Republican Party, the GOP, and their supporters have been fucking brainwashed by Russian and Chinese propaganda. I've been saying it. If you go back and look at my very early TikToks, one of the things that I spoke about, because I know what's coming. Okay? I know what's coming. I hope that if you are a part of my community, you also know what's coming. I hope you know. And if you haven't figured it out yet and you're not living in the truth, that's a you problem. That's something you're going to have to figure out is what do you believe? Okay? And I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about what happened with this election. Right? This is what we're here for. What the fuck happened on November 5th? Okay? That's what Justice's waiting room is fucking waiting on. A whole bunch of billionaires, okay? I know he says something about my deceased daughter. Well, it's really unfortunate that I wouldn't. Here's the thing, Lori. Let me tell this to my big TikTok live, okay? Okay. Let me tell you to my TikTok live, okay? Um, I refuse to hold court with people who don't know how to argue. If your argument starts with name calling or it starts with personal attacks, that's not an argument I'm willing to even have. I'm not letting someone disrespect me like that. I'm not even putting myself in the same room with someone who's going to attack me personally and call me names as a means of arguing or debating. Savvy? So what the instructions are to block and remove from your life anyone that is still calling themselves Republican, GOP, MAGA, any of that shit. Get them the fuck out of your life. All the way out of your life. Stop interacting. You ain't saving nobody. I know y'all got a savior complex. I know y'all think you really need to save a motherfucker. Let them burn. It's too late now. And the thing about it is, if you're really fucking honest, there are way less of them than there ever have been. He who shall remain unnamed gets less popular by the day. What he's done, what he's doing, are not popular. I'll play Division 2 with you, Logan. No fucking problem, brother. That's part of the reason I stopped playing games is because I realized that I'm just playing these by myself and no one's really on my team. No one's really looking out for me, right? Okay. But yeah, The Division's the only video game I've ever played in my entire adult life. The Division and The Division 2, where real people, you can call out for help. Let's say you've lost a firefight and you go down. You can just give up and restart a checkpoint like every other video game. But if there's another real person near you, you can ask for help and they can come revive you and fight with you. And then you can join up and you can play the game together. And yeah, it gets a little harder, but you get like better weapons out of it. It's like they're encouraging this. And so if anybody wants, they're like, I want to be in the same room as that guy all the time. I'll even pick up the same fucking hobbies as you. Logan and I, a guy that's in my YouTube chat that we met on, I'm pretty sure, Logan, we met on TikTok and you transferred to YouTube because of the chat and the Discord because of the chat, right? But yeah, Logan and I actually met naturally. We're gonna play Division 2. You could have a whole fire team of people, okay? And your boy, me, your boy, your best friend. I'm the fucking fire team leader. I'm the Marine. I'm the O351. I'm the demolition and small rocketry, right? Like I'm the one that can plan and coordinate and execute, right? I'm the one that like I would never tell you I've been there, done that, have the t-shirt. I didn't get a t-shirt. I was on a fucking boat, which is far more dangerous than just like going to Iraq or Afghanistan on a C-130. Imagine you still end up in Iraq or Afghanistan, but it was on a boat. That shit's way more fucking dangerous. And I'm just speaking facts. Like, we could talk about it all you want to talk about it. And there's going to be every now and then you're going to run into a person that's going to be like, I was in combat for this country. What the fuck are you talking about? And I'm going to be the one that says, I actually got shot and shot at before I was on active duty. And I don't think being in combat, which like only 1% of all the people that have ever served in the military have actually been in a combat situation. Do you understand that? Only like 1% of the people that serve get to see combat. And when I say get to see combat, I don't mean that like I glorify it. Do you understand? It's probably more of a curse. But the game is called The Division. And the Division 2 specifically now, the Division 2 is post-apocalyptic third person squad tactical shooter looter, but it's based in Washington D.C. and New York City. And so you get to play in live in the real Washington D.C. Like that was why I was so mad last week. Do you guys remember when I was mad? When I was like, damn, man, like, why are people saying Kamala Harris went to the White House to cast a tie-breaking vote, right? Why wouldn't she have just gone to the Capitol, which is like 2 miles away, if that's what she was going to come back home instead of going home to California? And I have rules. Don't ever come into my live and try to join my live. I will not be friends with you. I'm not following you or watching your content if you ever come in my live and try to join and speak. I'm never giving the microphone to you. Do you understand? So don't even bother. Even if you've sat in this live, if we aren't communicating outside of my live regularly, I got to get a tabs on who you are and what are your politics and what sort of dumb shit are you likely to say before I'm ever giving you the mic. So now you've probably realized, oh, he's never giving that microphone up. No, why would I bother to also have to be super critical of another person and potentially like cut them off, mute their microphone, fucking kick them off my live because I didn't do enough fucking research. You know what I've learned? One of my ardent supporters will tell me when it's time. Hey, this person's a subject matter expert. They want to be on your live with you. They've tried to join. They've come to us and said, I didn't want to bother him while he's live, but I got something I want to talk about, whatever. Like, for the record, there was this woman in my live yesterday. Her name is Deborah Miller on TikTok, Deborah Miller something. She's a federal government employee going on 20 fucking years and came in our live and dropped a whole bunch of fucking information from the perspective of an actual federal employee. Okay? And then a lot of people have asked and are going to say, okay, I've been asked, so I'm going to say, a lot of people are speculating on what is happening, why he shall remain unnamed. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are still in the Washington, D.C. area here the day before Christmas. I looked at both of their schedules this morning. They are not scheduled to speak. They are in staff meetings. Okay? Okay? So here's the thing. Here's the thing. If Donald Trump thought he was going to be president and that they won and got away with all this shit, I think he would be bragging about it. Dead ass. I think he would be trying to celebrate his victory. The Electoral College already voted. They confirmed the results. I did not say the election's over, for the record. But I just want to make sure that I say, because I'm always angry, right? It makes me a little angry when I'm like, Pennsylvania and Connecticut haven't certified yet? Did you know that? My TikTok chat just literally went like, what the fuck did he just say? Did you know? If you go here, I'll just give you the link. Okay, I'm gonna put the link in my chat because it's clear to me. It's clear to me. One of us is doing his fucking research. Do you understand now? Just so everybody understands, one of us has fucking read these documents. Ugh, fucking drives me goddamn crazy. What do I get mad about? What does Jared actually get mad about? Don't ever tell me to calm down. Block that person. Remove them from my... I don't want them anywhere near me. Okay? I like May's answer. I did not know they had not certified yet. My ire is not yours to police. Do you understand? They're trying to take my fucking country from me. Do you understand? I'm always angry. Every time you fucking see me, I'm angry. So don't ever fucking tell me to calm down. And also, while you're now realizing that you were behind the 8 ball and that you didn't even know that Pennsylvania and Connecticut had not certified their election yet, and that is important. Okay? And then you can spend the rest of fucking Christmas Eve reading that fucking document right there. Spend the rest of the day reading Federal Prosecution of Election Offenses. I linked it for you. I link it every day. You should probably read that shit. I'm in perfect health, saying you are removed from my community. I'm in perfect health. My anger is 100% justified. 100% justified. And if you think I'm not hysterical. I'm not hysterical. I think I'm completely justified. I think I am completely justified. If you disagree, you can leave. Leave my community. Do you understand? Leave my community. I don't want you here. You're policing the wrong person. You're policing the wrong person at the wrong time over the wrong shit. Do you understand? I'm not the bad guy. I'm allowed to be upset. I'm 100% allowed to be angry all the fucking time. My country is being overtaken in broad daylight without a fucking shot fired. And I'm just supposed to be less angry? Over time, I'm supposed to be less angry about this. I'm not supposed to get increasingly pissed? The more I learn and the more I find out, you aren't getting angrier. If you don't get angrier, the more you find out that it is being taken from you, it's a you problem. You aren't angry enough. You may be tired, you may be exhausted, but if you aren't getting more angry, the longer this goes, the fuck are you talking about? And you should really pick better targets. I'm not a good target. I promise you I'm not a good target for you. I'm not a good target for you. I'm not like anyone else you've ever met in your life. I will not let anyone say anything to me and it continue our relationship. I wrote a poem when I was 15 years old. 15 years old, called Everyone is Going Away. Do you know why I wrote that poem? Because my entire life I got told to calm down, let somebody else talk. Jared, you've spoken enough. You're upsetting people, okay? So, some light reading for you every single day. Prosecuting electoral crimes, Executive Order 13848. Everybody wants to know what's going on, Jared. That's what the fuck's going on. It's been what's going on since election night. Okay? I'm doing about as well as can be expected. Okay? As I've said, Mermaid said, anything new today, though? Did you know that Pennsylvania and Connecticut have not certified their election results? Have you read Executive Order 13848. Have you also read the prosecuting of electoral crimes? If the answer is yes, you've read them all, then you don't actually need to be here. You can go do something the fuck else. It's Christmas Eve. They have no public meetings. Both the president and vice president and staff meetings all day on the website. You can go look at their schedule of events. They normally don't update them the same day, but when you are talking about a national and international security issue and potentially war, I think that you would probably do that like today for tomorrow or tomorrow for the next day. Or people have asked me, Haley says, I think we expect to see something for January 1st. As I've said, I made some assertions that I'm not necessarily backing off from. I just, as I learn and process information and things finally like hit. First of all, it wasn't just the presidential election that is the subject of Executive Order 13848. Same with the processing of election crimes document. It just doesn't apply to the presidency. It applies to every fucking race. And basically, people. Here's a big piece of information. I think this is probably the biggest piece of information. So I want to wait it until we have like a bunch of people in here. Okay, listen. If raise your hand if your ballot's fucked up. Okay? Raise your hand if your ballot's fucked up. Okay? When I was reading the processing of election crimes document this morning, it's like my Bible. You know what I mean? Like I read Executive Order 13848. I read the prosecution of election crimes document. What I found out this morning is part of the prosecution of election crimes document. It says that there will be no interviews for people whose ballots are fucked up until after the election's certified, so that if there is election fraud, it's not considered interference, right? Right? So all those people whose ballots are all fucked up, right? Now's the fucking time. So, okay. There's plenty of people whose ballots are fucked up in my chat. Hey, now's the time. Certification's over. Okay? So now it's contact your state and contact the White House. Now's the time. Okay? Before now, they couldn't do anything about that. So for everyone that had a problem with their fucking ballot, I want you to read the prosecution of election crimes. And I'm literally, I'll even show you, I'm going to copy and paste it where it tells you. Okay, everybody wants to tell their story, but nobody wants to listen to me. The prosecution of election crimes document tells you why. It tells you why. That there's no interviews. That they're not answering the bell. There's a reason. Shit. It's on like page 10 or some shit. Here, I'm gonna go fucking give it to you. Like everybody wants to tell their story, and you're typing your shit in the chat, and it's like, but you're not listening to me. Okay, it's on page 11. I'm going to read it to you. You're welcome. Subtitled G, Investigative Considerations in Election Fraud Cases, which is what we are talking about. Savvy? Aww. We got flagged for election stuff. I don't reset at 275 people until... This is a learn environment, by the way. If you're going to come in my live, a popular live whose tag is learn, okay? Know that it's called Justice's Waiting Room and report my content. You're a fucking asshole. Like, why would you do that? I'm trying to inform people of hey, here's why the websites are down. Here's why they're not answering your call. Please, please don't report me. I'm trying to help you. Like, hey, I will make every one of my ardent supporters a fucking moderator so that you can fucking insta-kick people when they're even remotely fucking questionable. I don't want my shit blocked, so I'm gonna have to tighten the fucking ropes. People want to play fuck games. I'm better at this. I'm better at these fuck games. You don't understand. Okay? Marine Corps Infantry in 2005. Pre-2008, you could still haze a motherfucker. Okay? So understand, like, you can't break this. You understand? You can't break me. I'll just remove you from my community. So you keep coming in here doing that dumb shit, you're just gonna get blocked. You get removed from my community. You get none of me. I'm an all or nothing person. You either get all of this, like, woo, boy, come in here fucking hot every day. Salute, Major. Hey, you understand me? I come in here hot every day with fucking facts. Breaking shit. Like, I'm about to read to you why those websites are down. Why they didn't answer your calls. Why they didn't interview you. I'm reading page 11, which is hilarious. If you were in the military, I'm reading page 11. Anyway. When investigating election fraud, 3 considerations are absent from most criminal investigations must be kept in mind. 1, respect for the primary role of the states in administering the voting process. 2, an awareness of the role of the election in the governmental process. And 3, sensitivity to the exercise of First Amendment rights in election context. As a result, there are limitations on various investigative steps in an election fraud case. Okay? So everybody knows where we are now? Everybody good? I can continue. In most cases, election-related documents should not be taken from the custody of local election administrators until the election to which they pertain has been certified and the time for contesting the election results has expired. Does everyone understand now? This document says you can't take any information from anyone about election fraud until after it's been certified. Do you understand now? I want to see. Oh, okay. You just read it. I just read it to you. Okay? This avoids. Listen. This is the most important sentence you'll hear all day. This avoids interfering with the governmental process affected by the election. So you wanted to know fucking why? Okay? You want to know why? Another limitation affects voter interviews. Election fraud cases often depend on the testimony of individual voters whose votes were co-opted in one way or another. But in most cases, voters should not be interviewed or other voter-related investigation done until after the election is over. Such overt investigative steps may chill legitimate voting activities. It's literally on the Justice Department's fucking website. Holy shit. I'm going to continue. They are also likely to be perceived by voters and candidates as an intrusion to the election. Indeed, this is page 12, okay? Some election frauds implicate a voter who participates in a voting act by attributing... Who participates in a voting act attributed to him or her. Such cases include vote buying schemes, absentee ballot fraud, and the like. Successful prosecution of those who organize such schemes often requires the cooperation of either the voter or the person who attempted to corrupt or take advantage of the voter. Accordingly, federal prosecutors should apply standard department policies regarding charging decisions when contemplating charges against voters who cooperate and testify truthfully in cases involving organized voter fraud. Okay. There's like 275 people in here. Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. Okay. Hey, I updated the charity in my profile to reflect Wounded Warrior Project. So, hey, if you ever feel like I want to do something nice for you, dude, hey, go to the Wounded Warrior Project website. It's like wwp.org. Okay? You can just make a donation. You can just make a donation. It comes right back to you when you file your taxes. Okay? It's a tax write-off. You should donate to organizations that provide free services to veterans. The Wounded Warrior Project and I don't work for them, so I don't get paid. This is free. This is free advertising with 270 people in here. Okay, the Wounded Warrior Project provides a free service to veterans to refile for their benefits for free. Yeah, you could hear a fucking pin drop. That's why. Of incredibly valuable service. Them paired with veterans evaluation services. I basically went from like 36 to 70 in 6 months with back pay, and now my benefits cover my mortgage. So one of the reasons that I'm such a big champion of socialism, and again, I want to make sure every time I use the word socialism, I define it. Socialism is the desire for everyone to have universal healthcare, education, income, and housing. Okay? So while I have a large audience, I'm going to change subjects. But did you understand? I got through what I wanted to tell you. Everybody want to know why is that website down? Why is my vote all fucked up? Why can't I see my vote and shit? They conceded really fast. My vote's all fucked up. Fuck's going on? Hey. Right? Now you know. Okay? Now you know. I feel like you should have a big weight lifted off of you right now. Because you just had someone fucking tell you legally, reading a document off of the Justice Department website that tells you why they didn't pay you no mind. The assigned reading for the day. Okay, so before you ask me a question in my chat, you are required to do the reading. Okay, if you don't do the reading, you don't get to ask questions. That's how this works. This is a classroom. You see how that says learn up here? I'm learning you shit. Go to that Justice Department document. Copy and paste what I just pasted in my chat. Okay? That's called the Federal Prosecution of Election Offenses. Okay? Then I want you to go and look at the bottom is where, for some dumbass reason in this document, they put the fucking page number at the bottom of the page. Dead center. It's not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be a top, right, lower. Just so everybody knows, it belongs in the header on the lowest line on the right. Okay? So I want you to go down to page 11, which again, as somebody who served in the military, I'm reading page 11. If that doesn't mean anything to you, move it the fuck along. But that should be fucking hilarious. That's pretty funny. Okay? Okay? So you make sure you go to that document and you go to page 11, okay? And you read letter G, okay? Until you get to letter H on the next page. Okay? And you can read that whole page about if you had a problem with your ballot and you couldn't get on the website and nobody would pay attention to you or respond to you or nothing, it fucking tells you exactly why. It says it right there in plain text. I literally read it to you this morning. And keep in mind, if you've, it's not a link, baby girl. You got to copy and paste that shit into a fucking browser. It's not. You can't link, and for this. This is why TikTok is gonna fail. This is why Neptune's about to beat that ass. Neptune's gonna beat that ass. Because you can actually link in text. You can't link. You got to copy and paste the shit, baby. Or you got to go over to YouTube so that I can link you shit. And I do the same thing that I'm doing for you. I do it on YouTube. Except on YouTube, it's a link, and you can just click what I'm doing, and it's a lot faster. And I have a Discord, okay? But I have rules, okay? I have a community, a tight-knit community that I'm in charge of. I'm the leader of the club that's made for you and me, okay? I'm the guy. I'm not letting you in there. You're going to have to be here for a while. Consider this purgatory, okay? Because I know that you listen to me talk and you're like, I fuck with that dude. He's awesome. I want to be his friend. And know that that's probably never going to happen. You're going to have to show up for me. A lot. Know it ahead of time. I don't have a lot of friends and I don't need them. I'm a coach. When I got into coaching, I said I want to be an NFL head coach. And do you know what my mentor told me, who has been a coach in the NFL? Chiquita, you got to copy and paste it in a browser, baby. You can't click it. You can't click it in TikTok chat. You cannot link in TikTok's chat. You got to copy it and paste it into a browser. Chiquita. You gotta hold down on it. Okay. Go to page 11 and start reading from the bold letter G. Page 11, bold letter G. If you had a problem with your ballot, it explains why they didn't contact you. It's Betsy, goddammit, copy and paste it. You can't click a link in TikTok's chat. I can't send you links, babies. There's a reason I'm live streaming on YouTube. Because on YouTube, look. You see that? I'm co-streaming. I'm also streaming live on YouTube. Okay? If you want to be in my chat and you don't want to have to copy and paste, you got to get over to the YouTube. Okay? Here's what I'm going to do. Okay? Hold the show for a second. So I know everybody's like, "Oh my God. Oh my God. He explained it. Oh my God, he didn't lie to me. He didn't mislead me. He didn't just make a fucking 2-hour show where he talked about Donald Trump's going to be the next president. Midas touch, you fucking cunts." Anyway. If anybody ever wanted to know how I felt about Midas touch, and for the record, when I'm mad, if you aren't laughing, you have a problem. Okay? Because half the time when I'm angry, why Midas touch? Because they put a hack lawyer on there named Michael Popak, who is I believe he's an personal injury lawyer from Boca Raton, Florida. Okay? Okay? I literally posted it. Elaine, I literally just posted it. Scroll up. Fuck my life. It starts with youtube.com/live. So copy and paste that. Okay, Maslin. So they're like, "I love Midas Touch. Why don't you like them?" Okay, because they put this hack lawyer on their channel pretty regularly, and they give him all the credit in the world. and they just say, hey, is Donald Trump disqualified from office as a result of the 14th Amendment, Article 3? And for the record, I'm not a fucking lawyer, but his interpretation of the 14th Amendment, Article 3 is the literal dumbest shit I've ever heard. But you know what? Who believe that? You know who listens to that? And they're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Fucking Donald Trump. So, for the record, everybody wondering, like, why don't you like Midas Touch? Because they put a fucking lawyer on their fucking show to explain away, right? To explain away the 14th Amendment, Article 3, and their explanation was stupid. I would much rather listen to a federal prosecutor, someone who prosecuted people in federal court, who has an interpretation of the Constitution that they have applied in the courtroom. So, do you understand all lawyers are not equal? You understand that, right? Not all lawyers. He's not a constitutional lawyer. He should not be interpreting that. He's not qualified to levy. He's not qualified to levy a decision based on the Constitution, based on his line of work. So his, and I'm not being insulting. Did any of that sound like an insult? I just said he's not qualified to tell you that because that's not his fucking job, dude. That would be like going to the gas station, right? And this is a dick thing to say. Going to the gas station, going to the manager of a gas station and asking them to talk about the quality of the fuel that they sell and what's in it. And what are the rules as it pertains to the fuel and the fuel that you sell. Do you understand? Didn't get my heat fixed. Just got a ceramic space heater that I can feel in the other room. I'm fine. I'm toasty. Okay? Fucking right on Jilly. Jilly knows that when she dies of a completely natural death, whenever the fuck she's ready, she knows them pearly gates are fucking wide open. Just walk through them. You're good. Okay? No. Like I said, don't ever feel bad for me. I'm getting exactly what I deserve. Okay? Just make sure everybody... I'm not like most men you've ever met in your life that are constantly looking for someone to blame. That are constantly like, it's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. Okay? It's totally my fault. I totally fucking... I neglected to service those units because I never had a fucking issue. Never had a fucking issue. Okay? And again, it's not like they're broken. Just need a little TLC. Okay? Hence for getting your own show. Yeah. I agree, but I do listen to others though. Sure. But here's what I can't do. I can't listen to someone's content if they're not at least bringing up Executive Order 13848, the prosecution of election crimes document, to explain why your vote's all fucked up and why they haven't acknowledged it. Okay? Instead, you're playing pick me by forcing the blame to yourself. Good tactics. So Tommy, not my friend. Okay? Bye. Bye. Okay. Bye. Okay. So yeah, I was mad this morning, but I'm always angry. Always angry. So please don't try to be a part of my community and police my attitude. Okay? That's not healthy. I think you know what I'm doing. I think you know what I'm reading. Ah? Oh my God, Haley. Oh my God, Haley. Read the top post. I read the top post. Holy fucking shit. I told you I got little birdies, right? Yeah, I got a message from a birdie too. So yeah. Yeah. I haven't even read it yet. I ain't even reading it yet. Okay. Ken Paxton, in the last like 48 hours, a video came out where he literally said, Elon Musk said, I am responsible for all of this. Those were the words out of the Attorney General of Texas's mouth. Was I might be able to tell you. I might be able to tell you word for word. Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. Did you if I get it word for word or not? Okay. He said, I had the joy of spending a few days, I think, uh with Elon Musk. I think he said I spent a few days with Elon Musk and before the election. And he explained how they were going to win the election, like all the 7 swing states. And he said, I'm responsible for all of this. I'm pretty sure that's fucking close to what he said. And there's more. So like if you haven't seen that fucking video, yeah, whatever rocket science he did, right? Like, uh, it's pretty damning. But yeah, go read the top. Go read the top. Yeah. Then his son, Betsy said. Then his son saying, at hold on, at SpaceX, where we quietly just do whatever we want. And it was the way he said that I was like, his dad says that shit all the time. Over here at SpaceX, we just quietly do whatever we want. And it was like, shut the fuck. His dad says that shit. And then he also, his son, like, grabbed the fucking mic and was like, they'll never know. And you're like, what? That kid's like fucking 3 and he's already learning the art of the deception, followed by a maniacal laugh. But yeah, read the top post. Oh my god, that's fucking awesome. Yeah. So long story short, they updated Executive Order 13848 to include additional codes. It went from 1701 to 1701 to 1706. Okay. The additional sections cited. Just so here's the skinny. Here's a skinny. I can't even do it. Can't even do it. Can't even do it. The 19th. So the day before they came back. The top post something is wrong 2024 right now. It's titled Possible Find in regards to EO 13848. I'm linking it again, okay? So you can get to that. Okay? What is the deal with Paxton's speech? He implicated Elon Musk, admitting he was responsible for all of this. Like a couple days before the election. AC, please. What did you say? When did what happen? When did what happen? When did they update Executive Order 13848? On December 19th. The day before they came back. Hey, Devin. Yeah. That's a fucking good move. That's a good move. Because nobody's talking about it. It's just us. Think about it. There are 200 people in my life. Okay. There's 8 people in my chat. So there's 210 people that know. beyond a shadow of a doubt. I'm not sitting here making baseless claims. I'm fucking mad. I'm mad because it's fucking right there in front of you. And nobody's talking about the mainstream news, left-leaning news. Fuck, they'll get some hack-ass personal injury attorney from Boca fucking Raton who probably has a fucking membership at Mar-a-Lago, who's probably fucking homies with Donald Trump, to get on a Midas Touch and tell you that that fucking 14.3 don't apply. Here's how I know. Okay? Here's how I know. Remember, if you see someone make a comment in my live that you're just like, block them. Insta fucking block. You understand? I'm gonna need mods. Okay? Hey, Rosie, if I say it, they get to report and take down my live. That's why I did that. Okay? So if anybody just saw what happened in the chat and you understand why I didn't say a word, block. Not even doing that shit. I'm not entertaining that nastiness, not for 5 seconds. Okay? So I hope everyone's like, yes, Devin, you got to understand, people are fucking brainwashed. Taito said, what happened with the executive order? They're in their second of 45 days. So let's look at the executive order. Let's look at Part B of Section 1. Okay? So we were in Section A of, or Section 1, Part A, until December 20th. Yeah. Don't say stuff in my chat about stealing the popularity contest. Okay? Don't even allude to that. Chat, you got it? I didn't even, hey, so I Am Woman says, does anybody know what happened to Mike from Revolution Washington? He hasn't posted in days. So his content was overproduced, and I think that it was drawing too much attention, and that's why you haven't seen his shit. One of the things that he was doing that I'm not doing is he was putting a lot of production into his content. I'm not talking shit. I'm not talking shit. So when you hear me talking about this person, I'm not being disrespectful. He was showing the documents in his content, like putting it full screen and saying pause to read and shit, and like you can't do that. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like tampering with an investigation. Okay? He could have had a health problem. He could have passed. Okay? That's why you got to create a community, and it can't all be about your fucking content. Okay? Like, I actually keep up with my people. Okay? Valerie says he didn't look well. Okay? So maybe he's sick. Okay? But also, people said he hasn't posted in a bunch of days. Distillery said, do you think President B has the report? Yeah, Friday. Yeah. Why can't he show documents? Okay, Jan, it's a matter of national and international security, and you can't. It's like I can kind of code switch through it, because you got to understand, there's a reason I'm all over the place. Everybody's like, you have to sit and listen to me and understand that I'm fucking crazy. I have PTSD. I'm bipolar as fuck. You understand? I'm unmedicated. So I bounce the fuck around, but it's a tactic. It's not, I'm not fighting me. I'm letting me be me, and that's a survival tactic. My live's not getting banned because I'm fucking nuts. Do you understand? I bounce the fuck around. I can't complete a topic. We can't get a story all the way through. Why? It's a tactic. I have to get in 90 minutes as much truth out of my mouth into your fucking ear hole as possible without the goddamn AI getting involved. So when you sit here and you listen and you're like, I'm so fucking mad at him. He was telling a fucking really important story and he fucking switched gears. I'm trying to outwork their AI. Their AI can't keep up with me. I do it in all my content. Look at my content. Look at the rate of my content that does not get flagged. You know I'm putting out high fucking quality investigative fucking journalism when no beef. Do you understand? It's like, I hate to be that guy. Y'all spent your whole life looking for Jesus, who refused to fucking do anything but tell you the truth, and you met someone who, like, I'm living him. I'm not religious, but those red words in that fucking book, I kind of fuck with. Do you understand? And no one's stopping me. No one's reaching out to me and telling me don't do that. And we've done nothing but grow organically. I'm not buying follows. I'm not going to overproduce my content. Okay? Ain't nobody complying. To Marlon, I thought she was already a part of the YouTube. He's risking the case. So yeah, I don't have a relationship with any other highly active TikTokers. Okay? I don't have a relationship with anyone that's like a highly active TikToker. So you won't catch me gossiping about other people because I don't fucking know them. Hey Bridget and Malcolm. Yes, you can invite to Discord. Make sure that you like my content, that you follow me, that you share this shit. Waiting on the messages to load so I can send a message. Okay. Hey, for some reason, yeah. If you want to be a mod, you want to be a part of this community, you want to be in the Discord, you want to go over here to the YouTube so that when I link stuff, you can just click a fucking link instead of here's the thing with TikTok, right? And you don't see me making this content because I have some understanding. I'm not a lawyer, so I got to keep saying that. I'm not a fucking lawyer. I'm not pre-law. I read Grisham when I was in fucking elementary school. Okay, that was it. Good. I realized I didn't want to be a fucking attorney when I was like 12, 10. I was like, no, fuck this. Okay. Have you noticed how many veterans are out there exposing truths right now? Yeah, because we understand, like, especially if you're a disabled veteran and you get veterans benefits, which I would consider like a social safety net, and you had any thought that those benefits were at risk, well, you immediately have to empathize with anybody that's on like Medicaid or Medicare or Social Security or unemployment or disability. And here's the thing, the billionaires, there's a bunch of billionaires that are trying to not have to pay for those social safety nets so they can line their own pockets. So I don't know about you. It's not red versus blue. Okay? Do you understand? It's not red versus blue. We're past red versus blue. It has been defeated. And when I say that, I'm saying, like, if I'm the Democratic Party, I'm no longer looking to engage in debate in someone that is a GOPer. Okay? There's a reason that I have suggested, because a lot of people have come to me since the election and said, what if the Democrats just let this shit go? What if they just give the fucking presidency to Donald Trump and shit and they don't do anything about it while they're still in power? And I've said I would never fucking vote Democrat again. And that's why I'm looking to establish the American Socialist Party. Here's why. We need a fucking hard restart. We need to fill our organization with people that are not taking money from Israel or Russia. So no AI PAC, no outside money, no corporate money, none of that shit. And your whole movement is built on delivering universal healthcare, education, income, housing, and all those other progressive policies that y'all love, we all love, equality, fucking codifying Roe v. Wade, LGBTQ rights, all those shit. That's all universal healthcare. You understand? Like paying for people to have fucking transition surgery and shit. Like that's universal healthcare. Okay? Universal means everything. Okay? And again, see what Catnip said? Like, I would vote for that shit immediately. And I would only vote for someone that says those fucking words. My impetus, what I literally live and breathe on, is the delivery of universal healthcare, education, income, and housing to the world. I want everyone to have it. I want all those fucking billionaires that helped Donald Trump buy this fucking election, who are about to have their fucking assets forfeited on a fucking scale that we have never fucking seen before. And all those people that helped Donald Trump get elected here are all gonna go to fucking prison. Mark my fucking words. They're gonna lose their fucking money. You might as well socialize healthcare, education, income, and housing. You might as well put a couple thousand motherfucking dollars in someone's pocket every fucking month, because I can promise you that all those CEOs in the past fucking 3 weeks that have been dropped off at the fucking pool, if you think for like 5 seconds that you're going to take away social safety nets and put people who are already starving and already unable to pay their fucking bills, if you think you're going to take a social safety net from somebody and them people ain't going to keep getting dropped off at the fucking pool, you're out of your mind. You've lost your fucking mind. I said what I said. I stand on business. The adjuster started a revolution. And you could just be like, no, Jared, that's dangerous. No, Jared, that's dangerous. Or you can understand that when revolutions are started, you have two paths. Do you understand? Once your revolution starts, you have two paths. Who knows the answer, what the paths are? Who knows the answer? Socialism or communism? Here's what happens. When fascism gets here, what are the ways you fight that? Either the government controls corporations and everybody gets equal shares, but there's a violent overthrow of the government that is required. And so I would just ask for all those people that are like, communism ain't so fucking bad. Oh yeah? Did you forget about the part where you have to overthrow the government? So while your ears are fucking bleeding right now and you're like, did he just tell me that communism is not the fucking solution? No! Do you want the government to control corporations and give everyone equal fucking monies? What? No. Social ownership. This means more small businesses. Socialism does not require a violent overthrow of the country or the government. I'm sorry. It requires that we hard reset. My taxes should pay for our universal education, income, and housing. No, it didn't. No, it fucking didn't. Every issue of communism has failed. They fell on their own swords in the end. They always fail. They can't win wars. They can't stabilize and improve an economy. If you look at fucking China as a communist country and tell me they're doing well, you're out of your fucking mind. You're out of your fucking mind. The 1% is still the 1% in China. Socialism is a non-violent solution. If you are not backing a socialist agenda, don't vote for them. And that means if they're not talking about universal education, income, and housing, not voting for you. And understand that DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, they only have 93,000 members and they win like 70% of their fucking elections. But they have people that are part of DSA that have taken money from Israel. And that's why I think you need a hard reset of your party, the Socialist Party. Okay? And I'm in Indiana. I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana. I have no expectation of me ever being elected to office. But you goddamn right I'm going to run. I'm going to run as a fucking socialist, and I'm going to stand there and say, I think we should use our tax money to pay for everybody's healthcare, education, income, and housing. And I think if we're not passing laws that are better for the people, and we're passing laws that are like better for corporations, then what the fuck are we doing? I'm an elected official. I got elected by people. I didn't get elected by corporations. So fuck corporations, fuck dark money, fuck money from other countries, right? Right? And socialism. None of that says a whole bunch of people gotta unalive. And understand. Well, I have to create it. I have to have the money to do it. So people are like, why aren't you just doing it? Because I don't have unlimited funds, and it's not like I'm making a bunch of money talking to you guys. Okay? So hopefully this ends up paying, right? The service that I provide, that I literally got on here today and told you, all the people that are in my fucking live, in my fucking YouTube live podcast, my daily live podcast, I just told you why your ballot, why they're not addressing your ballot. So I hope you, that's a fucking great Christmas present, Jared. Holy shit. Have a nice Christmas, Nita. Like, did you know that before today? If you knew that, I want you to raise your hand. I want you to be like, I knew that, Jared. Somebody raise their hand, say, I knew that. I want somebody to tell me in one of my chats that I already knew that, Jared. I already knew why they didn't contact us. Not a single fucking person. Not a single person. Not a single person. Okay? The question was, when you came in here this morning to talk to me, did you already know why your fucked up ballot hadn't been addressed? Renegade said he knew. One person. One person. See? It'd be different if there was multiple people. Okay? So, I'm going to pass along this link. Okay? Oh, come on, Michelle. You sat in here this whole time and you still have that question? That's questionable. Your question is questionable. Sarah said, "Is there a way to check in Indiana?" Yeah, you can go on check my ballot Indiana voter portal. Check voting status. Malott. Oh wait. Jared Malott. So what I can do... and damn it, two-factor. I'm going to make sure I can see what I want to see, and then I'll give you the link. I know somebody asked me a question in the chat. I'm trying to answer it for you. Okay. It's indianavoters.in.gov. Okay. I can see full ballot accepted. The method was e-pollbook. E-pollbook I'm concerned about. Okay. So for everybody out there that's like, oh, so you can see your ballot? Well, you're good. Why are you so upset? I can't actually look at my ballot after I've voted and make sure that it still says what I fucking initially wrote. That's the problem I have. So everybody's gonna ask, okay, how come you come in here so mad when it looks like your ballot was accepted? Right, but e-pollbook is who tabulated that, and I can't see it. So I don't know if it changed. And I've been saying it. I've been saying it. One of the problems I have here in Indiana is I can't verify my ballot. Okay? And I've contacted state and representatives and the White House. I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to do that. Okay? Now's the time. If your ballot's fucked up, contact the White House, contact your state representatives. Okay? I can't give you all links. At some point, you're just going to have to go to whitehouse.gov, contact the White House. Okay? And you shouldn't have to be told what your problem is. You should be able to describe your problem pretty clearly. I have voted however you voted, and it hasn't been fucking counted. Okay? Okay? Hey, Marlon's in the chat. So yeah. And also, so we got to point out things as we find them out. And one of the things that people maybe didn't know. Okay. In the chat is a little link to archives.gov where you can you can clearly see that Pennsylvania and Connecticut have not certified. That's right there on the website. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's on the website. I put the link in the chat. Hey, I just want you to know, I love this. I'm not unhappy. I want you to understand that. Like what we do, what my show is a fucking joy. I know you don't believe I know you don't believe me. Cuz you're like, but you're fucking pissed. They're trying to do this shit in broad daylight right in front of my motherfucking face. Do you understand that when I was 15 years old, I got a 1510 on the SAT, and then I got a 1510 out of 1600 2 years later? Do you know what it's like to duplicate insanely high standardized test scores? Do you know what level of intelligence you have to do that? So part of the reason that I'm so angry is that people take my kindness for weakness. People think, don't ever come in my live. Don't ever come in my live without us knowing each other and try to get the microphone. You gonna make me mad. Okay, I don't like that shit. Okay? Now, I do want to address some shit because I did lay some expectations and I was wrong. And I got I ain't wrong very often. I try to stay in reality. Okay? And that means that we're going to be right a lot. Savvy? So, okay, we're going to be right a lot. Okay. But when I make mistakes, I got to say I made a mistake. Okay. I did not thoroughly read a document thoroughly and understand it and then apply it. Again, I'm totally taking accountability here. I'm saying, like, I read something and I didn't completely comprehend that, and then I regurgitated it without being fully informed about it. And it's very simple. Okay? I'm telling you how I made a mistake, and I'm totally going to do it in the future. I made a mistake, and I'm totally going to do this in the future too. Okay? But I didn't realize that as a part of Executive Order 13848, so this is the part of the show where I'm going to send you a link that says this is the other document that we're reading right now. Okay? Okay. You'll notice that's ucsb.edu on the back end of that link, and that's the University of California, Santa Barbara. Okay? So UCSB is credible. If you went there, they're probably incredible. And that's a joke. Just going to keep it moving. Okay? So, and if that's not funny to you, fuck you. Okay? So, if you read Executive Order 13848, and this is me admitting I'm wrong. So, lap it up. Like, I'm a white cis male admitting that I was wrong. Holy shit. I'm taking accountability to my whole audience. I'm not trying to dodge it. I fucked up. Here's how. So what I did was, hey, this document's been updated. Huh. This document's been updated. I noticed it the first paragraph. Okay, sorry. I'm still wrong. Still wrong. Still wrong. Nothing changed. Don't leave yet. I'm about to take some accountability here. Okay. So what it says, if you scroll down to section 1A, okay? Orb of Orion says you're always wrong. You're right. And that's why I will never see you again. So, enjoy. It says not later than 45 days after the conclusion of a United States election. Okay? That means fucking all of them. Okay? All of them. Over all those agencies are going to conduct an investigation on every election. Not just the presidential election. All of them. Shall conduct an assessment of any information indicating nope. Sorry. Any indication any information indicating that a foreign government or any person acting as an agent of or on behalf of a foreign government has acted with the intent or purpose of interfering in that election. So what I had said was that on the 21st, no, I'm sorry, the 23rd, yesterday, okay, I had purported that, since Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were staying in town and not going home for the holidays, that they would come out and say something yesterday. They didn't. So I was fucking wrong. Okay. Okay. I don't think it was that big of a deal, but I got to point out like when I'm fucking wrong. I had said that it would take them all weekend to look through that shit and they would have a statement ready by yesterday. Oh, well, that didn't fucking happen. And it's because all those agencies had to submit a report on every election. That's a lot of fucking paperwork. Okay? Um and so given that the documents could contain information pertaining to national and international security, it's going to take longer than a couple days to go through that shit. And it's just my brain was like, oh, it's just the presidential election. Like, that should take like a couple days to figure it out, right? No. That investigation occurred for every election. So, understand that I read these documents to my audience, and we have no expectation that those reports are going to be classified. Okay? In Executive Order 13848, it says, yeah, more to, yeah. So, so here's a big thing. Here's a big thing that's hilarious. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? This is another thing that I don't think everybody knows that you're gonna know, and it's gonna help you. Merry fucking Christmas. Okay? The GOP is having a problem right now. Do you know what that is? They have a speaker problem. Okay? There's a fucking rumor that the GOP don't have the votes to have Mike Johnson be the Speaker of the House. The Democrats have the votes to make Hakeem Jeffries the fucking Speaker. Okay? Just so you know. So what happens when you don't have the votes to have a Speaker of the House? You can't inaugurate your president. So keep in mind, they're going to delay that on their own because of their own political infighting. And understand, one of the things I watched, do y'all remember last week when they were voting on shit, and you remember how like the Democrats were in lockstep and the fucking Republicans were all in disarray and they kept flip-flopping and shit, and then ultimately like the Democrats got what they wanted. By the way, their big concession that they said that was made was that something about funding for kids' cancer. And it was such a like kick in the fucking teeth to all these fucking children that are suffering and shit. And it got funded in another bill. So for the record, Democrats didn't lose shit. In fact, they fucking won. Okay. But one of the things that you kind of learned in that whole scenario was that it didn't fund 91Q. Yeah, farmers took a hit. You know, Morty, here's about the only time you'll catch me shitting on a farmer. Okay? The problem I have with farmers is that they overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump, so you get what you fucking get. And I got family that's farmers and shit. So they didn't fund the improvement for healthcare for 9/11 survivors, and that's kind of a shit. But hey, understand that it wasn't the Democrats that did that shit. It was the fucking Republicans in disarray. And what I was saying is that more Republicans drifted away from the GOP establishment as that vote went on. There were 20, 26, 32, 33, 36, and 38 ultimately Republicans that went away from the establishment that got that deal done and funded the government. Okay? So as they went on in the night, more Republicans were like, I can't fucking do this shit. Okay? AC said, what was the update on the site? Yep. Okay. Farmers got what they voted for. I hope you're happy. And that includes, like, for the record, that includes a family member of mine. And for the record, he was adopted into the family. I always want to point that out. Like, he's a hardcore Trumper, but he's adopted. I'm married in. At least I'm legit. So, he's a big Trumper. Got what you voted for. You know what I mean? Katniss said my own parents and brothers. So speaker thing might be a thing. Yeah, it keep you from certifying. Okay, but yeah. So the hot news item of the day. Okay, here. Everybody wants it here. Newsweek right there. Here's mainstream media. Okay. Oh, hey, just know this. My brother and his wife. My brother has asked me to come work for him multiple times. Okay, and I'll probably never see him again. My dad's a massive piece of shit. I don't have a fucking relationship with it anyway. But the last conversation that we had publicly, he was fucking terribly racist. So it's like, I don't know if I with him either. My mom, hopefully, she figures it out sooner or later. Hopefully, she turns that hatred that she holds, that AR that she keeps in her trunk. I hope she turns that into a spade and grows a garden. That's what I hope for her. Cause like she needs that. I don't need that. She needs that. Okay. Yeah. So the only thing I'm willing to do is I will not be so harsh on my wife's family because I actually love my wife and I know that she's going through it too and she's going through it beside me and as long as she and I are on good terms, as long as she and I are communicating clearly, as long as she and I are on the same fucking wavelength, like she knows, hey, we can go be around people, but as soon as they say something, it's fucking over. I'm out of here. I don't even want to fucking be here. AC said, please share the site that was updated. Okay, so here's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to kind of believe this, okay? Because I'm not taking this. I seen it. I seen that the document changed when I just went to look at it a minute ago, so I could tell you that it's seen, okay? Nah, see, here's the way I looked at it, okay? Because I got people talking about empathizing, right? Saying like I'm dealing with the same shit. Okay, 2016. The only problem that I have is that a lot of people had to overlook his overt racism, his overt sexism, and the fact that he asked for the help of Russia on the debate stage next to Hillary Clinton in 2016, and y'all voted for him anyway. Okay? Here's the thing. I wasn't calling him a traitor then. Okay? Then I just thought he just has a bad past. And for the record, I want you to understand that he still got outside help. Russia still interfered in that election. And he fucking won. And for the record, Steven Spoonamore, the same data analyst that's analyzing these election results, he analyzed the results of the 2020 election and said, no, Donald Trump won. There was no evidence of election fraud. Okay? Hey, that's just the truth. I know you don't like it. I know it hurts. It probably doesn't taste good. Like, you mean he didn't cheat in 2016? No, the results were normal. Okay? Donald Trump's a TV star. Okay? He's a TV star. He's wildly popular. Okay? I fucking hate him. Fucking hate him. Okay? 2020 though, when he got his ass kicked by Joe Biden, he just got his ass kicked. In 2020, when he lost by 7 million votes. Okay? He just got his ass beat by a damn good politician. And for the record, Joe Biden has fucking crushed. He did way better than I thought he was ever going to be. Okay? So I know a lot of people have been like going through it for 8 fucking years, but actually thought like the last 4 years we were doing pretty good, actually. And in terms of this election, I'll say this and then I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna let my dogs out and shit. Um, on election night, I will never forget how I felt. I'll never forget that feeling. I've I've never felt more hurt, more deceived, tricked. Um, and I one of the, because I am a coach too, so I also tend to like post motivational shit. One of the things that I'd said in the wake of those feelings, betrayal. It's a great fucking word, Wendy. Devastated. Yeah. I literally I just laid down. I laid down. Not like I went to sleep that night. I couldn't fucking sleep. And the next day it was just like, "Oh my god. What the fuck? What the fuck?" Like, "Oh my god, I empathize." Okay? Logan, give me a little bit. I got to let the dogs out. They've been sitting quiet the whole time. Okay? So, understand that coming out of that, one of the first TikToks I made after November 5th, if you go look, is I said, "How hard will you work to make sure this never happens again?" And I seen some comments that I didn't reply to. Okay, but I see you. I see you. Okay, I okay, and understand that one of the thoughts I had coming out of that was, how hard will you work to never feel that way again? And it's not just about the elections, right? It's about our education system. It's about our system of laws. It's about how we go about prosecuting people for crime and where our priorities are. Okay? So hey, I'm gonna take a break. We'll be back. My wife's gonna be home soon. She's gonna be baking. It's gonna be warm and smell good. Okay? And I'll get back on here. And my wife came into the TikTok chat the other day. Okay? Your avatar is your YouTube name. Take your time. I'm likely alien on PlayStation. I'll start a new character too. Is that probably a fucking insane game if you have somebody else to play with? Because you could use more of the perks, like the drone and shit. I usually use well, I like using the pulse. That's just the shit. The pulse, and then between the sniper drone and the AR drone, the AR drone, it's gotten better over time. I think it used to suck. It used to controlled burst, move, like fire and move, and it wasn't great on a single target, like effective on a single target. But now I feel like it is. Anyway, so hey, okay, Jan. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave because it's like the fourth time I've posted this shit in one fucking conversation. Okay? Here, read letter G or page 11 of that document. Okay? Okay? Hey, if you don't see my live between now, tomorrow night, shit through the new year and shit, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, Happy Holiday, Happy Hanukkah if you celebrate, all that shit. Okay? All that shit. Whatever God you choose, I choose too. Okay? It's just I choose all of them. Okay? All of them. I'll just talk to all of you. Cool? Have a good rest of your day. Stay safe. Hey, don't drink and drive and shit. Don't do that shit. Don't fuck someone else's life up.
Love y'all.